Greetings petrolheads, welcome back to Automation, and before we get into this I want to talk to you guys a little bit. That's also how my last ever conversation with my ex-girlfriend started. But anyway, as you may have noticed by now, I have changed my name and my avatar, and that is because, well, for a multitude of reasons, which is the whole reason why I'm talking to you right now. So, first of all, Tom Hanks, what does it mean? Well, I really love the game Action Hank, and I also very much enjoy movies with Tom Hanks, yeah, and my name is Tom, so basically that's like an pretty obvious choice here for me. It is a simple name that's easy to remember compared to the Tom Gaming channel, and it's just it's a silly name, and that's fine because I'm a silly person. Also, it is part of my commitment to making this channel a real thing, you know. I want to be doing this full time at some point in the future, like not right now, because as of right now my monthly revenue is roughly as much as it takes to eat at McDonald's twice, so that should give you a little bit of an idea. Yeah, and another part of the commitment is that I am still trying to leave my old network, because, you know, once my request is actually once my request actually gets, you know, taken care of, and they allow me to leave, I will join a different network, and I am not gonna say the names of those networks, but the new network that I'm about to join, or that I want to join at least, has sent me multiple invitations already, and they say that they will do promotions, and promotion is really all I need right now, because my videos do get quite a lot of positive feedback, positive comments, lots of likes, very rarely a dislike or a negative comment, and that tells me that whatever it is that I'm doing it pretty well. And so what you need to grow as a YouTuber is good content and, you know, spreading the content, not the comment, spreading the content, and promotion is one such way to make it work, and the network will help me with that. And also I think that the new Need for Speed that will come out on 5th of November will be a big part of this. I think it's gonna be huge, and I will be pre-recording before that quite a lot, so that once the game is out, I can just sit down and play the game for hours and hours and hours while recording every single bit of that, and then uploading one Need for Speed video every day in addition to my regular schedule. That's the plan, at least. And also I plan on doing collaborations with different YouTubers, which is also a little bit easier if you have, you know, like a flashy name like Tom Hanks. Like it's just, yeah, it's just a simple name. It rolls off the tongue a lot better than the Tom Gaming channel, you know. And I changed my avatar, but my banner not yet, but that will also be a thing, don't worry, and there will be cars in that banner. I can guarantee you that. because somebody on my Facebook page said, well, one of my long-term subscribers, I should say, not just somebody, he said he's missing the old R34 GTR in my profile pic, and don't worry, there will be cars in the channel banner. So, also news, I will be moving tomorrow, for you guys at least, because for me it's Saturday, but I will be moving on Tuesday with my best friend Alex, and then there is, you know, an apartment in town that is really just around the corner from the university where I'm gonna be studying, which is awesome. It also has a garage, and the big point is that I will have access to much better internet. And the reason I'm mentioning this is that while I don't have an intro yet for my new display name, with the new internet in town, I think I won't need an intro yet. Well, let's start this whole point at a different. Let's start this whole conversation at a different point. Another one of my long-term subscribers has pointed out that my audio quality is sometimes better, sometimes worse, and I did try and figure out what caused that by listening to one of the raw footage videos, like one of the pre-rendering recording video files, then a rendered file, and then a YouTube file. Just watched one of my own videos trying to figure out how I sound, and the best audio quality was in the raw recording file before it was rendered, and that's hardly surprising now that I think about it, because because the rendering does compress the videos and whatnot, so yeah, the audio quality will get worse. And with the new internet in town, and now we're back at that point, with the new internet I'm gonna get tons more upload speed, so I can upload the raw recording files without having to render them and not really lose much time. So, and the video quality will go up as well, because my recorded files are usually 1920 times 1080, so 1080p, whereas after the rendering they are 720p. Okay, now I think I've said everything that I wanted to say, and now let's get into this video. And this is gonna be another showcase. It is called the AMW Aspis. It is an entry-level supercar comparable to the McLaren 12C, maybe the new Ferrari 488 GTB, Lamborghini Huracan, and you know, other cars along the line. So the thing I don't get with the McLarens of late is, like, what is the 650S? Is it a replacement for the 12C, or is it like you know, like the difference between the 12C and the 650S? Is that like the difference between a 458 Italia and the 458 Speciale, or like what? Or is the 650S just a new car that is based on the 12C, but it's a replacement, like the successor to the 12C? I don't know. Anyway, on this car we have carbon fiber material for the chassis and panels. We get double wishbones front and rear, mid-engine obviously, and as far as looks go, I did my usual thing with the headlights. We got some nice little fog lights down here. They're getting smaller and smaller. We have these little carbon fiber attachments that are just there to make it look a little bit more aggressive. We got a very clean side profile. Just the indicator here, the door handle here, and nothing else. That is for aerodynamics mostly, because if we had a vent somewhere here or somewhere down here or just anywhere on the side, that would mess with our aerodynamics, and I don't want that. Obviously the spoiler on the other hand does have a function, like we don't need extra vents on this car because it does have enough cooling already. Tail lights, again, I did my usual thing with those, and the diffuser is also pretty aggressive. We got 4 exhaust pipes, we got some LED braking lights down there, and we got some 23-inch rims. Yeah, those, by the way, you can find those in the workshop. They're pretty new. Also there are some BBS LM style rims available, and yeah, well, let's get into the next section of this little showcase. It is rear-wheel drive, the car. So we have a flat plane V8. It's got 4.5 liters of displacement, and it's got 2 turbos. Yeah, So we have a pretty high bore and moderately low stroke. You know the drill at this point. Higher revs, maybe a little bit of valve float, but it's fine. Dual overhead cams, 5 valves per cylinder, most expensive materials available. Same goes here, the best materials available. 85 cam profile is not, it's not the maximum, it's not 100, but it is very, very sporty indeed. We're making lots of power up in the higher RPM range. And 10.6 compression ratio is fairly high for a turbocharged engine, but we are running a pretty low boost setup here, which I'm gonna show you right now. 0.8 bars is reasonably low, and why I did that is because not only does this make the turbo spool up a little bit earlier than if we went for like 1.2 bars or 1.5, it would spool up later, but also the power curve, while it isn't fully linear, it is kind of linear for the most part, and then at the top range there's a nice plateau. Torque curve between like 4,000 and 7,000 is pretty even. And the whole idea behind this is to make the car more drivable, like to make the car, to make the engine more predictable is what I'm getting at. You get direct injection with throttle per cylinder configuration and performance intake, because it is a supercar. Like, we like good engine responsiveness on the supercar, I think. 13 fuel mixture is moderately rich. It's not overly rich, but it's not very lean either. 77 ignition timing. I fiddled with that quite a lot, and I think this gave me the best results here. 8500 RPM limit, decently high, and you get dual exhausts, 2 straight flow mufflers. We might even delete one, but I don't think I will. So the result is 680 horsepower, 701 Newton meters, and a performance intake of 490.4, which is very good. Economy is, well, could be better. So we get the 7-speed double clutch gearbox, which is pretty much standard in this kind of category. Top speed is geared to 340. You can see here that that's pretty much what it'll do, or what it is estimated to do. We got an electric LSD, second gear goes to slightly over 100 kilometers an hour. 295s front, 355s rear, because we do have a lot of power and we want to put it to the ground. 23-inch rims, because if we went lower than that, we would have oversteer upon corner entry, and we don't want that. This way we do have a little bit of understeer, but obviously being a rear drive with a lot of power, you can make it oversteer at any point, if assuming the drive rates are turned off. Yeah, what else is there to say? Sports compound road tires as pretty much expected, I think. Magnesium rims, because they're light. I don't like carbon fiber rims unless it's like $1 million limited run supercar. Then I think they're okay, but other than that I don't really fancy them. We get carbon brakes though. Those are pretty much state of the art. Those are expected on a supercar like this. 6 pistons up front with 350 millimeters and 4 pistons with 310 millimeters on the rear end. I didn't change the pad type because I still want this car to be a car that's kind of convenient to drive, and with an overly aggressive pad type, the moment you touch the brakes, it stops like crazy, and it moves you towards the windshield so quickly that it might be a little bit unpleasant. So that's why I left them at 50. Downforce undertray with maximum downforce attached to it. We get an active wing on the rear end, and that is to make sure that while making a good amount of downforce, we also have a reasonably good top speed. This car is not about the highest possible top speed, but it will do over 200 miles an hour easily. So sports interior with 2 seats, standard infotainment, because in an expensive car you are expecting to get at least the standard stuff on the inside. I don't want to go with premium or luxury because it adds weight that we don't need. We got all the driver assists currently available, and safety is standard. Now at first I was considering advanced safety, and I put it in there, but given that we are still making 67.7 safety with the standard equipment, advanced would buff it up to 80 or something like that. We don't need that much safety in this car, because it'll only do 204 miles an hour. We don't need that much safety. Well, anyway, we get active sport springs with semi-active dampers and passive sway bars, a customly tuned suspension setup here, making for great track performance, +5 quality in the suspension, and the overall stats. 45 drivability is maybe a little bit lower than I'd like, but still acceptable. 75 sportiness that's what it's all about really in a car like this. You want it to be sporty because it is a supercar, and supercar is the new term for sports car, if you will, because a sports car is like the term sports car today is used for pretty much anything that has 200 horsepower or above, whereas a supercar is one that is actually made for sporty driving and for track performance, while in some cases also be very everyday usable, like the McLaren 12C. It's very user friendly, but sports car is just like anything that's slightly out of the ordinary in terms of power delivery and handling. Right, so this car is about track performance. So what do we got? 2.7 seconds from 0 to 200 kilometers an hour, and the effort track will be completed in 1:15.56, which is faster than the 12C. I don't know how fast the 650S does it, and I don't know how fast the Huracan does it. I'm kind of scared that they're faster. I'm not scared. I'm expecting that they're faster, but that's because of the the fancy aerodynamic systems, or the all-wheel drive system in the Huracan, and the 650S just makes so much downforce it's not even possible to achieve that much in the game, in its current state at least. Maybe that'll change in the future, but where this car will trump both of them is over the quarter mile. Because it does it in 9.77 seconds. That is pretty much on par not with the 650S McLaren, but with the P1, while being down about 220-230 horsepower, and it'll cost about, well, pretty much 200,000 bucks is my expectation, realistically speaking. So it costs about 1/5 of the P1, and it's down about 220-230 horsepower, but it'll still be on par over the quarter mile. So that's pretty strong, isn't it? Plus, it's not a McLaren, it's not a Ferrari, it is an AMW. Like, if you want to stand out from the crowd, and you know, most supercar owners have either a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a McLaren or a Nissan GTR or a Corvette. Like those are the big ones. And if you want to stand out from the crowd with a car that's just as potent, this could be the car for you. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode with all the rambling at the very start. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.